It is with deep sadness that I confess to you all that I have failed. I've let you down. I've let friends and family down. It's not that bad. Really, it's not. Actually, this week, I want to talk to you about some of my shortcomings regarding these first 2 weeks of vlogging. Alright, so why is it that I said I have failed? Look, I really don't believe that I have actually failed. I believe that we try, we learn, we grow, and we adapt. I set out to do one thing, and I feel like it's turning into something else. And that's what's happening here. The original intent of this channel was, in one sense, at its core, just shoot. But the whole idea of limit-driven potential was just to keep it simple. Shoot for 1 minute each day, upload 5-minute episodes on a Sunday. And I've strayed from that. The first episode was over 5 minutes, and the second episode, I blew way past that. It was close to 20 minutes. I ended up editing for 4 hours for that one episode. And that's not something that's gonna fit into my lifestyle. And the reason that's a problem, you run the risk of just giving up entirely. And that comes back to the whole idea of limit-driven potential. I think it's just the way life goes. As you go along, you may set a course for yourself and then later determine that you should probably go a slightly different way. And that's what's happening here. If you would have never set yourself on that course initially, then you wouldn't get to where you are now. So it's not a failure as much as it is a change in course, a change in direction. So I need to come back to that and limit myself intentionally so I don't end up with more than I can handle. That's what we're going to talk about this week. Let's go. It feels so good to walk through a freshly painted room and alright, it's Tuesday, December 11. Yesterday and today and tomorrow I have off of work, and so I've been painting this room, what you see here. For some time we've been wanting to paint this room. It was a mint or a dark mint green, as you can see here. This is what it looked like. And now it's this, it's called alabaster. I'm pretty happy with it. But for now, here's a quick look around the room and we're gonna put it back together. Alright, so we're done. Not quite. Things are not exactly where they need to be, but it's a start. It feels good. It feels like an accomplishment. So with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Back to work. Alright guys, we're back, and what am I going to do about this whole situation? Well, 3 things that I want to bring our attention to. 1, I'm going to probably rethink the 1 minute a day vlogging scenario, because unfortunately what was happening is that in my attempt to be minimal and simple, instead of just sticking to 1 minute, I was doing 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then at the end of the week, I had all this footage to edit and upload, and it just became cumbersome. I will still keep to 1 episode per week on Sundays. This is all doable. I may just shoot everything in one day, and then the rest of the week, maybe some B-roll here and there to tell the story. Which leads me to point number 2, telling the story. I wanted to push myself to be more creative as a storyteller. So having to turn on the camera on your life and tell a story involves a little more creativity than you might think. You don't just want to turn on the camera and say, so today I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. What kind of sandwich do you like? You get the point. It's not just turning on the camera and rolling with it. There is some creative thought process behind it. Ask any vlogger out there. They're not just running this thing off the cuff. And that leads me to my last point. Just simply vlogging my life, telling the story, what's going on, my successes, my failures, my ups and downs, kind of like what's happening right now. You get to see real life in real time, my struggles in starting a vlogging channel. What's the content gonna look like? How do I create a plan? How do I stick to it? Then how do I modify that plan? You guys get to see all of that as it unfolds, which I think is pretty cool. So the goal, as always, is to keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it interesting and authentic, genuine, no fake news here. When we turn on a camera, something happens, our voice changes, and we get awkward and uncomfortable, and it takes some time to really develop your vlog voice, believe it or not. And so I'm still looking for that. I'm still trying to push through to that, and hopefully you guys get to see that happen and see it change over time. But again, keeping it real, keeping it authentic, genuine, and at the end of the day, it needs to be of value to you, whether that's just comedic value, whether it's just interesting, whether it's a takeaway that you can apply to your life, whether it's just helping you in a certain area. This needs to be something that is useful, and I'm committed to that. So that much I know. Thanks for sticking with me this week. I really hope this week's vlog is much shorter. I'm gonna work at it and work hard for you guys and for myself. I will see you next time. I'm admitting failure in the sense that I did not follow my own advice and I did way more than I should have. Now I'm learning from that and I'm gonna scale it back. This needs to fit into my lifestyle. What you're doing needs to fit into your lifestyle. It needs to be part of your goals, your mission, and your focus. If it's taking you away from your core values, then it's not something you want to be involved in. And if I'm not having fun doing this anymore, then you're not going to have fun either, because it's going to come across in these vlogs.